problem. I still got plan C.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah! We're back, baby. After a year, we have returned. Quick episode coming at you today. Should be pretty chill. Just going over where we've been. Just me. Just a quick 10-minute episode. But I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you're following us on socials because, baby, we are back. Uploads will be coming. So make sure you're following on Insta, on Twitter, on YouTube, wherever you follow, wherever you listen. That's where we are. Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, wherever it is, we are there. Anyway, I'm not going to take too much of your time. Please excuse the absence. Please excuse any minor little clicks and blah blah buzz. It's been a little while, but we're back, baby. So here we go. And we're back. So, I know I touched on it a little bit in the intro, but I don't know. Kind of wanted to get into the weeds a little bit, just about where we've been, because it's been over a year that we've recorded an episode, and that's just down to life stuff. I wish I had more of an explanation as to why we haven't recorded, but people just get busy. Cameron and I still, there's no like, oh, creative differences. Oh my God, you guys are no longer friends. No, I still see the guy fucking 3-4 times a week. That's still my best friend. We, again, we just life happened. Cameron got a full-time job. I had a full-time job. And that, I guess, that's just adulthood. But here we are now, back again. And, it's time. It felt like it was time. So we can do a whole thing when Cameron and I have an episode together, because truthfully, I'm doing this just because I don't know, I just kind of felt like it. I was like, I've been wanting to do it for a little bit, just have an episode on the books, just to push out, just to be like, oh wow, I actually did it, and this is something that we can start doing again. So hopefully that's the move. I'm thinking that so what I'll do is I'll have this episode come out. What is it? Today is Thursday, so I'll have it come out. Honestly, I'll release it tonight. Release that tonight. I'm thinking this will just be a nice 10-minute little like, hey, welcome back episode, right? Could be good. And I'm gonna explain where I've been and what I've been doing. Not that. Well, I'm not gonna say not that anyone cares, but we had a decent following, and I want to explain. Just what's up. Y'all deserve that. So for about the last year, up until very recently, I was working for a company that did COVID testing for movies and TV shows. And that was very, very fun. I think I can talk about it. I worked for studios like Netflix and Amazon and HBO. I was on shows with, I was on, MCU sets and testing, actors that, you see on posters. And, it was honestly a really, really cool experience for me. And, the film and TV industries right now under strike, going through a strike. I don't know what the proper terminology is, but there's a strike happening right now. It's important because people got to get paid what they are owed. And hey, if you're a CEO who's making millions of dollars to not bring much to the table, well, maybe you should humble yourself and pay the people that pay your bills. That's a whole other podcast. But so I was I was doing that for, I did it for like a year, but because of things out of my control, unfortunately, that job has ended. And, now I got some more time on my hands, which is nice. Yeah, so it was a, full-time commitment. They had us on set at, sometimes 3 a.m. And, when that's happening, it's hard to come home and, after working a full day and be like, all right, I'm going to talk into a mic for 30 minutes to an hour. It was just stuff that straight up I wasn't motivated to do because I felt that sort of hole in me, like my thing, I'd found another thing. And whether I was being fulfilled because I was on these sets and I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my god, like it's just little old Colin get to talk to like Donald Glover for a little while. Like that was fucking crazy. So I think I was caught up in the industry a little, and in my head it was kind of like, oh wow, like this podcasting thing kind of feels small, and I don't know if it was a thing of like, oh, this is the real world, and your podcast is like so, like, I'm not gonna say like, oh, so small, but it was. That's just what it is. And again, I think it was just motivation that was no longer there. And I imagine Cameron will say the same thing because he also he's a working man, and he's busy because not only does he have a job, but along with his job, he's still doing his beautiful art. Hey, shout out Cameron. Make sure you, as always, y'all are following him on Instagram at @stow_low. Love that guy. Looking forward to our next episode, whenever that is. But yeah, I would say just podcast wise, in terms of, two main hosts, we're doing great. We're doing great. We're both moving forward. Not in terms of like, oh, we're moving on from the podcast. That's not happening, guys. If that decision had been made, I wouldn't be recording this episode right now. Anyway, but yeah, we're good. We're chilling. Obviously, there's only so much I can say in an update episode. But we'll get the man on here himself, just so you can hear it from himself that, he's chilling. He's doing great. I'm not gonna. I don't want to like say what he's doing. Well, I mean, he's working. He's working. He's a researcher for a company. I'm not gonna dox him and say what it is. But yeah, he's doing great. And I don't have a ton else today because I just wanted to get something on the books and just have it out. So if you're listening, I appreciate you. Welcome back. Hopefully the next episode will be up in a week or two. Just whenever we can get that recorded, or maybe I say fuck it and like do 15 to 10 minutes about why I'm sad about the Yankees and why Brian Cashman needs to GTFO. But that's that's in the future. That's in the future. Anyway, for now, we're chilling. We are back. Welcome back, Plan C. Make sure you're following all socials because goddamn are we probably shadow banned. And, we deserve it. We haven't posted something in forever, but it's all good, baby. We good. Anyway, thank you everyone for listening. It's great. Honestly, I'm looking at it's at 8 minutes right now. It'll probably be a little bit more than that just because I got to add an intro. But thanks everyone if you're gonna listen to this, and if you have listened to this. Yeah, so appreciate you. Make sure you're following us on all the things. That's Plan C Podcast, Apple, Spotify, Breaker, Google Podcasts, YouTube. We are all there. We are all there. So please be sure to check us out. And, I'm looking forward to the next one. And play that sweet, sweet music. And see ya.